In the production UTV world of horsepower and torque, there are two brands that stand in a power struggle atop the sport. The two machines we're talking about are the Can-Am Maverick X3 XRS and Polaris RZR XP Turbo Dynamics. This contest shows no sign of ending. It's a fight to have the best suspension, most comfort, superior four-wheel drive, handling, power, and other important traits. For this test, we put the two most expensive two-seater versions head-to-head. Occupying the X3's engine bay is a 900cc turbo-inducted triple-cylinder four-stroke engine. Can-Am's own QRSX CVT transfers the engine's 172 horsepower and smooth torque to their Visco LockX automatic locking front differential. The X3 XRS has massive suspension travel with 22 inches of wheel travel in the front and 24 inches of travel in the rear. Fully adjustable Fox RC2 2.5 front shocks and Fox RC2 3.0 rear shocks both offer an internal bypass on the XRS. However, the ground clearance is 15 inches, so in theory, the Can-Am can't use all of its suspension travel before hitting the frame. The XRS sits 72 inches wide. The Dynamix engine is Polaris's turbo-inducted 925cc dual overhead cam parallel twin-cylinder four-stroke engine. The CVT feeds the 168 horsepower and massive low-end grunt directly to the on-demand all-wheel drive system. Polaris has always been known for pushing the envelope. Polaris and Fox worked on something incredibly unique, which is the dynamic smart suspension system. The front has 16 inches of travel and the rear offers 18 inches. It has less ground clearance than the XRS, but the RZR is better balanced to not hit the frame at 13.5 inches of ground clearance. The Dynamix is 64 inches wide. We tested both machines in various terrains. Each machine has its strong points in each of those conditions. The clear winner in rock or boulder sections is the Dynamix. The Polaris all-wheel drive doesn't stop working when it needs efficient four-wheel drive. The Can-Am takes more speed and effort to bump it up over the rocky obstacles. In whoops or rain ruts, the Can-Am's huge wheel travel number and large diameter tires help it conquer this terrain with ease. But the Dynamix has a tough time navigating deep whoops and had a lot of rear end buck regardless of the setting of the dynamic switch. The Polaris is much more playful than the Can-Am. The low end power and less wheel travel help the Dynamix jump through the air with ease, and the live valve suspension automatically adjusts for harsh landings. When it comes to stability, the XRS is the leader. The 72-inch wide stance helps tremendously in corners and helps keep it planted comfortably on the ground. The cockpit of the X3 didn't change much, but it still immersed us in low, laid-back comfort. The new XRS model comes stock with great, retractable 4-point automotive-style harnesses. Even with the 18 horsepower increase, Can-Am fell short on the Polaris's bottom-end power. While drag racing from a fixed position, the Polaris would jump out front early, but by the end, it was no match for the X3's three-cylinder top end. With the Dynamix 90-inch wheelbase and 64-inch width, it triumphs over the XRS in tight turns, short course type trails, and quick churning. On the flip side, the XRS commands the deep whoops and nasty rain ruts. The Dynamix is a much better low-speed driver with superb low-end power compared to the X3. The X3 likes to live on the edge of mid-range and top-end speeds, and the suspension travel handles the speed and abuse elegantly. The live valve Fox shocks on the Dynamics felt glass smooth over smaller objects such as rocks, chop, and washboard roads. Cornering is a dream in the X3 with its wide stance and low center of gravity. The Dynamics had a tougher time in the corners as it had much more body roll and we didn't feel as immersed in the driver's seat. With that in mind, the smart suspension Fox shocks helped tremendously with the body roll the RZR has had in the past. You can't say that either one of these machines is better for all types of driving. Each has its strengths and must pick battles that suit those advantages. The Polaris engine still outperforms in the low-end torque and a bit in the mid-range. The braking is more refined on the Polaris and has better visibility when looking out towards the front end. Polaris's four-wheel drive system is still knocking it out of the park with rock crawling and hill climbs. The RZR is still a superb all-around machine. But if you're the type that craves high speed, adrenaline pumping, whoop pounding fun, then you better be looking hard at the X3 XRS. It excels at higher speeds, will rock crawl okay, and has tons of traction on flatter ground. The cornering is unmatched, and the immersive feeling you have in the cockpit is undeniable. The top end power stands out, and the delivery is smooth throughout the entire power band. When you are pushing it, the X3 has suspension, ergonomic comfort, and rally car-like handling that the RZR just doesn't have. Link that with only a $900 price increase for the XRS, and the Maverick X3 is the kind of turbo for aggressive drivers who crave speed. To see the full shootout on these two machines, check out the January issue of Dirtwheels magazine, and for the latest in the UTV industry, head over to dirtwheelsmag.com.